What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chump Talk. This is episode 163, and it is featuring nobody. It is just the boys. We're just going to shoot the shit.
Boys.
It's the, it's the dog days of summer. People are busy. Couldn't get a guest for today. That's all right. It's just going to be the fellas. We're just going to talk about whatever comes our way. Poolsy, I know you just got back from a big camping trip on the weekend. How did that go? Where'd you go?
Good. Went to Turkey Point, Lake Erie, just south there. Dude, it's actually 20 minutes past Delhi. We
Really?
were driving there, and I was like, man, like I recognize this route, like going somewhere familiar. And yeah, 20 minutes past Delhi.
The good old Delhi Travelers.
Yeah. The what were those games called for you guys? The point games or something?
Point night.
Point night. Yeah.
And I never got points on those nights. I thought for sure it'd be a chance for a fourth liner to get points in a 14-1 win. I'd always come out with one phantom assist, a second assist. I'd just tell the timekeepers, put my number down for one. I need a point in this game.
How does ice time go for that? Like, is it more spread out when you guys are playing Delhi in
Yeah,
GRC?
they obviously rolled the lines, but then these guys and Picks, if you're listening, Picks, you were very guilty of this. The top line guys, they really wanted to eat. They wanted eight points each. And I remember a game, our top line, they all had a hat trick. All three of them had a hat trick in a junior C game. But they'd be taking long shifts because they know, let's get some more points. Who cares about Brady and the boys on the fourth line? But yeah, so obviously there's no like benching anybody. The lines are just rolling, but I actually hated those games, like 11-1, 13-1 games. I really hated them, and maybe that's because I wasn't actually scoring, but yeah, I didn't enjoy those games.
Well, you know what? At least you're playing junior hockey. But no, weekend was good though. Highlight of the weekend: $3 mini golf.
Oh,
That was pretty sick. But yeah, just a beautiful weekend by the beach there. Absolute great weather for it. Soaking up those rays. And
yeah,
you had quite a weekend too.
Yeah, I had a steak and dough Saturday night. It was nice to have an event. It was outside, 100 people, whatever. It was super nice to see people I hadn't seen in a long time. But then Sunday, Jillsy's birthday was actually on Wednesday or Thursday last week, I think.
So shout out to the quarter century.
Yep, 25. She's an old one. She's a cougar. But
Yep.
she wanted to go to the beach, so she invited a bunch of people. You couldn't make it, unfortunately. Whatever. That's shows how good a friend you are, but whatever. We'll go into that later. But
oh my gosh.
Went to Southampton Beach, home of Chuck. Chucky lives in Southampton. He's actually like 2 minutes right from the beach where we went. So
Actually?
yeah, so it was perfect. We had a big canopy set up. It rained in the morning, but then it got super nice, and there was like 25 of us on the beach. I'm not a beach guy necessarily,
Yeah.
but as long as you're not sitting, there doing nothing, I can get behind that for sure. Like we had spike ball going. That's the other thing. I'm 24. I haven't turned 25 yet. I wouldn't call myself getting old yet, but it's Tuesday today, and I'm still sore from my spike ball matches on Sunday.
Really?
We had some intense ones going. Evan and
Did
Garrett.
you do a tourney?
No, just a bunch of games. But me, Evan, Luke, and Garrett were playing, and we had probably going for like half an hour, 45 minutes. I was diving everywhere, and then after, you know me, I love like some pop flies, so I just told them to throw stuff up in the air, and I just run and dive for it. Felt like a little kid again. I just don't have the energy I had, but my body is sore, and like I really felt it in my upper body. I was making some diving plays. I realized I still got it in spike ball. I'm not the best player, but I'm going to get the job done. You want to put me with someone that is really good?
Like myself.
No.
Dude,
no.
champion.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Don't need to get into it. But anyways, we played some football on the beach too. That's always fun. Any sport on the beach, I love it.
Throwing around the pigskin on the beach.
Do you remember that game 3-hit too? I don't know if you
3-hit.
Yeah, so you're in a circle and you got a volleyball. And you got to keep it up 3 times with your knees or feet, like soccer. You can't use your hands or your arms at all. So you got to keep it up 3 times. Once the third hit goes in the air, you run, and whoever catches it before it hits the ground, it's their ball, and you can't move after you catch it, but you can throw it at anybody else that's around the circle, and those people can run away. So you're popping it up in the air, catching it, and then you're whipping it at someone, and then it's 3 lives. So once you get them out, they can all run away though. We've definitely played that before. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but that was a good time. Had some drinks, got some pizza on the beach. It was a good time. Good time. Jilzy wanted to stay for the sunset.
Did you?
Unfortunately for her, the clouds came at a bad time again at the end,
No
so
way.
we couldn't see the sun.
Really?
Yep.
Big
So
show, big showing though.
yeah, there's like 25 people there.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
it was a great time. Um, yep, like I said, just a few people missing, but whatever. We're gonna get into some stuff here, just wherever we go. But we did put some Instagram out there to give us some topics. We got a few here. We'll go through a few of them and then look back at the end and see if there's any more that came in. One thing I do want to talk about is and it was one of the questions from Brent Freeman. Fritzy, he asked, "How's Brady's golf game?" That's because we played yesterday. We played Monday morning on my day off. He's a teacher. He's got every day off in the summer. It must be nice. We went to Elmira. He beat me by one stroke, but neither of us played good. So I don't know why he put that in there. I shot a 92. He shot a 91. He beat me by a stroke. My drives, I just, if I could just, if I was 100 yards out,
You
I
need to
mean, what?
stop slapping it as hard as you can every time.
No, man. My drives have been really good. Like
What?
my drives were good yesterday too, but it's just, I can't, I do lose some balls sometimes because I swing so hard, but I'll take that because I can, like I drove the green a couple times on par 4. I can hit it far, but it's just my second shot and my putting. I'm atrocious there. Like when I'm
Yeah.
100 yards out from the hole on the fairway on a par 4, say I'm 100 yards out, I should be able to chip somewhat close and at least give myself a birdie putt. Most of the time, I'm not even on the green from there, and that's when you got to scramble for hopefully a par. But I usually just end up bogeying or double bogeying. I had a lot of blow up holes. I started my day off with an 8 on a par 4, so that's
No way.
not what you like to see.
No way.
And the par 4 that I did drive the green, it was downhill in Elmira. I think it's hole 15 if I have that right. It's downhill par 4. The wind was at my back and I crushed it straight. I was on the front of the green. It was a deep eagle putt, but at least I
Yeah.
was putting for eagle. That's pretty cool. Didn't
Yeah.
put it anywhere close. Like all I wanted in my head, I'm like, just put it close, give yourself a tap in birdie. Like to get a tap in birdie, you're loving life. Anybody, I don't care who you are, if you're tapping in a birdie, that's a great hole. Didn't put it anywhere near. I had another tough putt for birdie, put it 4 feet short. So I didn't even give myself a tap in par. I was still 4 feet out for a par. And just
Wow.
it rolled like it, you know, when it rolls around the cup.
Yeah.
It did that for my par, but it actually it
Yeah.
went in though. It went in. So I did.
Right. It
I
hit the foam.
no. It
No.
dropped. No more
Oh,
foam in the
okay.
holes anymore. That's probably
What?
one of my yeah. No more foam in the holes
As of when?
as of whenever the last stage was. What do you mean?
Foam in the holes.
Yeah, there's
Really?
no.
Because we went to Eris just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no. Eris actually. Yeah, you're right. Eris did have them, but most courses I've been to since whenever they opened things, I can't keep track of COVID, but whenever the last like opening was, whatever,
Hmm.
like you can actually pull the flag now. So Elmira didn't have any foam, and most courses don't have any foam anymore. So that's a plus. But one thing that actually sucks, and golfers I think will agree to this. One positive about COVID is if you're in the bunker, they didn't want to have the rakes out there
Oh, then people
because
touching the handles.
yeah, you didn't want people touching the handles, so you could just go in the bunker, do your thing, not worry about raking. I think
That is
that
nice.
was probably the one positive that came from it. And those stupid cart dividers are gone. There's so many things with COVID that was just it's so funny looking back on, and we're still right in the thick of it, and it might get worse again. Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's so funny some of the things that were implemented. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Implemented?
Implemented. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just a lot of them were so stupid, and the stupid little cart divider was one of them.
I haven't talked to you too much since last week there, but you got your second COVID shot,
Oh
and I
yeah,
just seen in the boys chat that you weren't doing too well. What was the
yeah,
situation there?
yeah. I never talked to you about that. So there was a in Linwood where I live, right across the street's the community center.
Yeah.
So I came home
Do
for
they got a
lunch.
clinic there? Oh no, sorry.
No,
Okay.
no, yeah. So I came home for lunch on Thursday afternoon around noon, and there's a like they have these COVID or they have these vaccine buses that come around. I don't know if you've seen one. It's like Water of the
Hmm.
Region thing, and they park in different parking lots, and they're
Oh,
just
and just stay there for the afternoon or whatever.
Yeah, and they're just walk-in second or first doses. So I got home for lunch, and I'm like, oh, damn, I should do that because I was booked for a couple Fridays from now. I really didn't want to do a Friday because I have to work every Saturday. I usually can't take
Yeah.
Saturdays off. So I was like, oh, I should do that because it's not on a Friday, just in case I feel shitty. Did it, went back to work. It was in and out. It was there was no line. It was actually awesome. Felt fine the whole day. Went golfing that night. Where did we go golfing that night?
Foxwood.
Uh, yeah, went to Foxwood that night. Who did I go there with again? Evan and
Oh,
Luke.
yeah.
Evan and Luke. I went with Evan and Luke and Chuck actually.
Yeah.
So that was a good time, and then felt fine. Woke up, felt like just super tired, and I'm like, oh, whatever, it'll just kind of wear off. Went to work, and then was like loading up my truck, and I just like not dizzy, but kind of dizzy. You know, like that feeling when you're laying down too long, you stand up, and you're kind of just a little dizzy
Yeah.
that
You
way.
just know something's not quite right.
That's how I felt, and I had a really long drive for my run ahead of me. It was like almost 2 hours to my first drop. I'm like, the last thing I want is just to be getting super tired and mopey on a drive. Like if I could
Mm,
have, if it would have been a shorter drive, I think I would have stayed. But anyways, I was just, and my gut started hurting too. I'm like, all right, I'm going home. So I went home at like 2 hours after I got to work. So at 9, and I laid on the couch, threw on a Netflix. 5 minutes later, I was out for the next 3 hours.
really?
Yeah, in my work
Wow.
clothes. I didn't get off the couch till 12:30. Then I slept till then. Got up at 12:30, made a bowl of soup because I was cold. Still wasn't feeling quite right, and
Jeez.
made a little bowl of soup, and then went back to sleep. Woke up, showered, felt 100% normal all of a sudden at like 8 o'clock or
Wow.
7 o'clock.
If it's not too personal, what vax was it? Are you double crossed or?
No, I'm yeah, that's actually way too personal. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just kidding. I don't give a
No,
shit.
no. Sometimes you hear that stuff though.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
is it too personal that I ask?
No. Yeah, I think I got two Pfizers. Is that the one?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me
That's what
too. Me too.
it was funny at this bus because I kind of got in there and the doctor was in Crocs and
What?
like not in like professional looking clothing. And I kind of got in there and they're just like it didn't seem the most organized by any means. And I'm like, there's just a random bus parked across the street from my house, and I'm walking in here getting a needle. These guys could be putting
Yeah,
anything in my arm right now, and I probably
you'd
wouldn't bat
never
an eye.
know.
I
Yeah,
definitely had that thought for about a second before he stuck the needle in my arm. But yeah, I know it seemed professional enough. And then so it was at the end of their shift too, so they were about to leave. So there was 9 workers in there of like volunteers and then the one doctor. And so it's in like a city bus. So you know that 10 minutes you got to wait after to whatever, make sure there's no symptoms or whatever.
yeah,
So I waited on the one side of the bus, and like the other 8 or 9 people were all sitting on the other side. It was just like the most awkward small conversation because I just like
really.
kept looking at my watch. I'm like, I got to get back to
Are
work
these like
here.
Linwood residents?
No, no, no. They're all from Cambridge, like Kitchener, Cambridge.
Oh,
Yeah. So I didn't know any of them.
that's weird.
Yeah, so it was just like small talk, like, oh, I see you got some tattoos. What are they about? I'm like, oh yeah, some tattoos. And they're like, where do you live? I'm like, across the street. Where do you work? Home hardware. It's just like the small talk, which I don't mind some small talk, but for 10 minutes with like 8 people I don't know and me, like kind of it seemed like a intervention type thing. Like they were all sitting
Yeah.
across, like staring at me, and I'm just in
Are
this
you a
little booth.
smoker?
Yeah.
How many drinks do you have per week?
Yeah, I'm like, geez, what are these guys gonna ask me here? So yeah, that's my vaccine story. You felt normal after you got your second one?
Yeah, decently normal. Just, the stiff arm for both of them for like a good 2 days, I would say. But
Yeah.
other than that, pretty symptom free.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling good though. It's good to get everybody double vaxxed here, and we need these borders to open up because I think this is my first time sitting on Chump, but hopeful Cincinnati week 1 versus the
Yeah.
Vikings for football. So
Yeah, that's sick.
super excited about
Who
that.
do
That
they
the
play?
borders got it. They play the Vikings in Cincinnati.
Oh, the Vikings. That
So very
I mean
very
like
hopeful. Sorry.
that's sick, but I
Yeah.
mean like not to rain on your parade. The Bengals and the Vikings.
Dude, Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, man.
Who are you gonna cheer? Like who do you like more out of those two
Oh,
teams?
I'm for sure cheering for Cincy.
Obviously, because you're going, but
Yeah,
like,
I feel like if I was going to Minnesota, I'd probably cheer for Minnesota just because it's the home game. But if
Mm.
they're just playing in like a neutral stadium, I think I would still go for Cincy.
Yeah, brother of the show, Connor, producer Dunc, he's a big Bengals fan.
Yeah, he's actually in the house too.
Yeah, I think I did hear him come in. Dunc, bring him over to the mic for a sec.
Producer Dunc, could we get you over here for a second?
Brady to Dunc.
Go ahead.
Whoa, what? Are you wearing a visor? You got to come closer to the mic.
Go ahead.
How's it going?
Oh, not bad. How are you?
What are you wearing a visor right now?
Yeah, I got a new visor on the weekend.
Wow, what does it say? Your hair's too long.
It's Bass Pro Shops.
Bass Pro Shop, big visor guy now, eh?
Yep.
Any word on the Bengals for Matt going to watch the game? I know you're a big fan.
Matt's watching the Bengals.
Yeah, he's going to Cincy. So can you give us
Dalton
any?
still there?
Nope. That's about all you got, probably then, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, actually, here's a question for you. We're gonna throw you on the spot here while we got you. A couple episodes ago, we did a big life chat, and Poolsy kind of told the story about how he's now an electrician.
Yeah.
I don't think we really mentioned that a lot of the days he is at work being an electrician, he works with you.
Mm-hmm.
That you guys are both employed at the same place. So I just kind of want to know from your point of view what kind of worker Matt is, and what it's like. Kind of like, I mean, you're not his boss, but you're also kind of his boss when you're working together. Is that like? Am I correct by saying that?
In a way, I suppose.
So what would you say of Matt's work ethic?
Well, he's sitting right here, you know.
Yeah, I do. But so let's hear it.
It's pretty
Sometimes
good,
as a
actually.
boss, Dunk, you gotta say the hard things.
No, it's going well. We're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We're telling about SIP. We're gonna go there.
Oh yeah, we were gonna go to the Sip and Bite in Elmira, but apparently they're not open till Wednesday, which is kind of dumb.
Oh, they took some vacay. Sip's the best. Any Elmira listeners listening right now? Sip's one of those restaurants everybody knows their order. Like before, what were you in high school, Dunk?
Bacon white scrambled extra spice.
That's messed up. You're not a scrambled guy.
Usually not, but it was good at Sip. Lots
Oh,
of butter on
geez.
there.
That's Jill too. I can't stand when people get scrambled eggs at a restaurant. I was bacon. Sometimes I went over medium, but usually over easy. Over medium, you just get a little harder yolk, and then you can go from there. But usually
that's good too.
Bacon over easy white, extra seasoning, extra crispy on the home fries.
Oh, you did extra crispy.
Yeah, but you guys should go there. But any other final words on what kind of has he done anything embarrassing that you can think of other than falling off a ladder one time?
He said one time we were working in a garage and it was really hot, you know, middle of summer.
Yeah.
Matt looks at me and he said, "It's just hot as balls in here." Customer standing right behind him.
Did the customer say anything?
He heard, but I don't know if he fully understood
What
just happened, or
just didn't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And were you working with them the day the ladder might have slipped a little bit?
No.
Or are we not wanting to get into that, Matt?
I mean, the scar's there forever, so.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay. Well, Dunc, it was good talking to you again, and I guess we can semi-announce that we have a partnership with producer Dunc going forward at some point. Maybe we won't get into too many details, but it's going to involve a little different setup for Chump Talk, so that's exciting. And there will be pictures to come. And what do you think? Give us like some kind of timetable, Dunc. Do you think like the next 3-4 months?
He's really putting you on the spot.
3-4 months.
3-4 months is accurate.
Yeah, I would hope.
Okay.
For my sake too.
Yeah. All right. So in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll have an update.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks for hopping on, Dunc. Good to see you.
See ya.
Well, I guess we did get a guest for this epi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, let's get into this right now, because this was big into the news. Was it last week it happened? Do you want to give a bit of the story of the breakdown of this, what happened on this flight? Because I've heard lots about it. So give the kind of breakdown you can, and then I'll play the clip.
Yeah. So I think it happened last Thursday, Friday. I remember hearing it on the radio. Actually, I don't think that many people have heard about it because I just showed producer Dunc the video today, actually, too.
Well, I didn't hear about the interview after, but I think a lot of people have heard about what happened.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I guess they're going on this flight, and there's this passenger that's kind of not sober, and just kind of causing a ruckus, spitting on people and whatever. Just like not things you want when you're 15,000 feet in the sky or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe. Do you know how high are you
No,
when you
no,
fly?
no, no. Don't
Okay.
ask me. Wrong guy to ask.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. But this hilarious flight attendant got
Yeah,
interviewed about this whole process after, because I think this guy got arrested after the flight landed,
yeah,
and what this guy has to say about just like the whole sequences of events is
yeah.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and I'll play the interview with the one of the flight attendants, the male flight attendant. So there was a female flight attendant and there was a male flight attendant. This interview is with the male, and this guy, just to kind of cue it up a little more, he also got a little handsy, and that's why he was then duct taped to his seat. So
Yeah,
here's the
imagine seeing that though.
imagine
Eh?
seeing that.
You're
So
sitting right behind this guy.
and this guy is just a legend too. I'm pretty sure he got kind of suspended a little bit for this. I
Did
hope
he
he got
really?
yeah, I read something just before we got on. I think he got like a leave of absence, or maybe he like
Yeah,
was
I
forced
could
to take
see
a leave.
that, but I'm sure the popularity is worth
Oh
it.
yeah, and I hope it's with pay, because that guy is a legend. But here's a clip of that interview. Oh, perfect ad. Give me about 2 seconds. There we go.
You love to see it.
Causing sheer chaos in the air. And it got so bad that flight attendants had to duct tape the man to his seat. Ever since masks were required on airplanes, flight attendants say that their work has become downright dangerous.
Now understand something. I'm a flight attendant. That means I attend the flights. Sometimes our job has us attending to crazy people. If you push us too far, you're going to have to attend this ass whooping. You see, because on this particular flight, I'm sitting in the jump seat and I'm just looking at him act a damn fool. He's spitting and cussing and going crazy. I say, that's enough. I got up and I walked over there. And by the way, this man smelled like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes, 4 shots of Everclear alcohol, and regret. So I know something's about to go down. At this point, he touching all over my coworker's breast. And where he up at is when he touched my titties. Because I don't play that. So what I did is I took out the duct tape. I said, he got scared, start stuttering, say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. I said, yeah, we about to mummify your ass now, boy. So we wrapped him up. Better than any Christmas present you ever see. He won't be coming on no more Frontier flights at all.
Oh man,
That is legendary. That
that's
guy.
hilarious.
Oh man, we got it. You know what we should do? We got to
We
reach
got to
out
get
to
this
that
guy on the
guy.
pod. Yeah,
We got to
we
reach
got to
out to
figure out
that
who the
guy.
heck that guy
Figure out
is.
his name. But yeah, if you go on YouTube and just type in flight attendant duct tape interview, it'll come up right away. It's got like over 200,000 views, I think, by now. But what was probably the best line ever? We were about to mummify your ass. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, the guys. Oh, and then another thing I heard, once he was duct tape, he was yelling how much money his parents have.
No way.
He was saying, my parents have $2 million. My parents have $2 million, which $2 million is obviously that's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's not the most money. Like I bet. Do you think
No.
there's other people with? I'm sure there's
I mean,
other
if
people
you're
on that
suing
flight.
the airline,
Yeah, you're gonna
like,
need more than
they
2
got
mil.
more than $2 million.
Yeah. So I thought that, imagine being hammered fresh off a pack of darts, duct taped to a seat on an airplane, and then yelling how much money your parents have.
Yeah, I
That's
couldn't imagine being the guy that's sitting like right next to him or behind him or
I'm sure
even
they
in
got to
front
know.
of him. Like,
If I was behind him and I saw this happening and he was just an idiot, it'd be so fun to just keep chirping him the whole way home.
yeah.
Like, what's he gonna do? He can't even turn around to look at you.
No.
And then he was arrested when they got back. So I hope for Buddy's sake in that interview that he if he is forced to take a leave, that he gets paid for it. And yeah, we gotta figure out this guy's name and reach out immediately, because I'm sure he's getting some more interviews after that. We got to reach out now and get that guy on. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So we got to do some investigative journalism.
Yeah. There will be a way. There's got to be a way to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
But
find him on Instagram.
Yeah, one thing I did want to quick talk about just before, it's too old news. The Olympics just wrapped up this past weekend here. Canada, I think they came 11th place or whatever, but I mean, pretty solid Olympics. I think the coolest thing was like the women's soccer team there winning gold. I don't really.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I obviously didn't watch it because they play at weird times.
I
But
watched
I
the
mean, for
penalty
them,
kicks.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that happened like started at like 9 o'clock Friday morning or something like that.
That was the morning I was sick. I was at home.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, just like the fact that they beat the States there in the semifinals and like they had
Yeah.
never lost to Canada before. And,
Mm-hmm.
I think just a good showing for Canada for the Olympics. And it's super exciting that the Winter Olympics are like this coming winter now,
Uh-huh.
which
Yep.
is, less
And
than a year
we have a
away.
few questions about that, so we might as well get into it. But first, about that women's soccer team, I forget the goalie's name, but she was electric and she had so
Yeah.
much energy. So you got to go watch it's like 13 minutes, the whole penalty kicks, because they had to go to like I think
Extras.
the 6th shooter. Like they
Oh,
get
really? So they went beyond the OG5 or whatever.
I could have that wrong. It was either 5 or 6. I think they had to go to the 6th shooter, and this Sweden's goalie actually almost saved that last shot that Canada won gold on. She
Yeah.
tipped it and it went just under the bar. But there was a lot of nerves going through there because girls that they were talking, like girls that like don't miss these. The one girl in Sweden, their captain, put it like 8 feet over the net. And
Really?
yeah, she would have won it for Sweden if she scored.
If she hit that.
Yeah.
No way.
And she put it like 8 feet over the net, and then Canada had to score, and then they scored. Sweden missed, and then Canada scored again, and it was
Wow.
over. It was insane. So, but this goalie, she would like walk out and intimidate them and be yelling at them, and you could hear it all because there was no fans. So we should, you should go watch that because she was pretty electric. But the questions that we did have about the Olympics first, while we're on the Summer Olympics, friend of the show Marcus Roth asked sports that absolutely shouldn't be an Olympic event and what they should be replaced with. And I think honestly, you brought it up last podcast, and I played on Sunday spike ball. I think I would almost guarantee it will be in the Olympics at some point. Like that's an event that is going to excite a lot of people. It's got a big following. It's going to bring more people to the Olympics, and it's going to be fun to watch. I'm sorry. I know Canada got bronze in this, but we need to take out the 50-kilometer speed walk. Did you catch that?
I didn't watch it, but
I watched.
I'm sorry, but
I watched the
all
highlights.
respect to those guys. I couldn't probably do it for 2 kilometers, but I've just.
Well, you could walk 2 kilometers. That's the thing. I mean,
yeah,
you could,
but not that
like,
fast.
No. Like they get buzzing, and you can tell their body doesn't look the most healthy because the way they walk. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to disrespect these guys too much because they are good at what they do. I'm pretty sure the guy that won shit his pants like 3 times during, and I'm not even joking.
Like actual poop?
Like I'm pretty sure they wear diapers.
What?
Yeah. Imagine walking. I can barely walk to the toilet in the morning without shitting my pants.
Yeah, me too.
Like, imagine walking 50K
more than once,
and your body's shaking back and forth the whole time. Your bowels just moving, and they go
like,
but they eat a granola bar at the end of every lap. There's like a station where they can get water and like grab a granola bar as they walk by. They're just like walking away, like ripping open, eating a banana. So like if you got a shit, you're not going to stop. And apparently, I think there is a place where they can like a porta potty they can literally run into, shit quick, and keep going. I think that's actually an option. But
That'd be insane. I couldn't imagine doing that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm 80% sure some of them wear diapers, and for sure for piss. And I'm pretty sure the guy that won shit his pants.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
disgusting.
Wow.
I hope I'm not wrong on that. I'm like I said,
You think that would be talked about more often? Like,
yeah. Well, I never knew. I never knew it was an event.
No, I knew speed walking was an event, but
yeah,
50
I guess I just forgot. It takes them like 4 hours.
Why? Yeah,
they're out there for like 4 or 5 hours. Some of them like 6, probably.
Just giving her.
It was fun watching like down the stretch, like the Canadian move in for bronze. That was actually exciting. Why are you?
Was it
yawning?
Actually like? What's that?
Are you tired?
A little bit. Why?
You keep yawning.
Oh no.
It's all right.
What was I going to say? 50 kilometers. Is it actually close, or people just like super separated by the end of it?
Mostly separated, but Canada had to pass a guy down the final stretch to get bronze. So it was like walk after him, and they get 3 flags. So if you know how you have to have one foot on the ground at all the time because it's walking. There's people like literally walking around watching their feet, and you hold up a red flag and point to them. If you get 3 of those, you got to stop where you are and stand there for 2 minutes. It's like
Really?
a 2-minute penalty
If you get 3.
if you get 3 flags.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, spike ball is going to get more eyes than that, I think.
I think like if I seen spike ball in the next Olympics, every time it was on, I think I would tune into it.
100%. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I would take out and what I
Okay,
would
I'm
put
sorry,
in.
but the 3-on-3 basketball is kind of stupid.
Yeah, because there's
Like
normal basketball too.
that doesn't need to be an Olympic event.
No.
Like
Yeah,
if
I
we're gonna
agree.
start doing that, then you gotta start doing 3-on-3 hockey and like
Yeah, which would be sick.
it would be kind of sick. It actually would be
3-on-3
sick,
hockey
but-
would be sick.
But the basketball is not the same because like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And
Like these
there's
guys aren't in the NBA.
That's what I mean. Like there's actual basketball. Like Team USA just got the gold. Which how are they ever not going to get the gold in the
And I
Olympics?
just seen this thing that like, oh, Kevin Durant is the GOAT because whatever 3 gold medals in a row at the Olympics. Anybody who's on that roster is winning
Yeah.
gold. It's
Yeah,
not.
I think
it doesn't
Draymond
matter.
Green's in the same category there.
Yeah.
Like Draymond's but they have so many. Kawhi wasn't there. LeBron wasn't there. Was Kawhi there?
No, I don't think.
I don't think so. He's always
No.
hurt. Kawhi and LeBron, Kyrie, James Harden, I think maybe was there. But anyways,
Either
like,
way,
there's so
the
many
USA,
good players.
yeah, like if they ever don't win gold,
And Canada didn't make it or what?
no, I don't think we made it.
That's too bad
I
because
think we
Canada's
lost in
on
the
the upswing
qualifiers. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are on the upswing.
for sure. So, by the way, you can tell Dunc to grab a beer from the fridge, or maybe it's on the table there. But he looks lonely back there. Just tell him to.
Brady says you might need a beer.
Yeah, I might.
So there we
Yep.
have it.
He was just crunching some numbers for us back there, but he's
what's
gonna
a
take a quick breather now and grab one.
yeah? Take a break, Dunc. You deserve it. But what's Can we think of one more event on the spot that we'd like to see in there?
That we'd like to see in there for summer.
Yeah, like
Man.
take away 3-on-3 basketball. And
Some
lots
sort of racing or something like that stuff.
yeah,
fun to watch.
anything racing. Like I saw
Even like a
BMX
scooter
racing.
race or something.
I mean, yeah, that'd be sick. Or what about
Okay, you know what there actually used to be?
what?
There used to be incline rollerblading or something
Really?
on the
Inline.
short inline.
Oh, and here's the other thing. We actually put it on our
Yeah.
Instagram story. Like inline hockey, like roller hockey.
Roller hockey, yeah,
That I think that needs to be an event.
yeah.
Like Kyle Soaps, we've interviewed
Like the
him.
floorball with the weird sticks.
No.
Like a legit road hockey.
Yeah, like road
Okay.
hockey, like we'd play on, like just with actual nets and everything. But these guys' hands are nuts because you got to have, like, you can't stop on a dime, so that it's much more of an offensive game.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be more goals than ice hockey, obviously, because it's harder to play defense. But Soaps, who we've interviewed, and I played Jacks with, he's unreal. He's unreal. I'll show you some highlights. I think he's got some highlights on YouTube or something, but I'll show you. That could be an event I'd watch. I think anybody, or even ball hockey. Like there's professional ball hockey teams around, so either ball hockey or roller hockey. I think to put it.
Oh man, rollerblades would be so much fun to watch.
Like the girls get their field hockey, and the guys don't have any kind of hockey in the summer. So
True.
So put something like that in, and even I think lacrosse. Lacrosse is decently exciting sport.
Yeah, that's actually kind of surprising that lacrosse isn't in the
Mhm.
Olympics. Like it is a pretty popular sport
Yeah,
in a
and I
way,
think
like compared
it's
to
growing in the
3-on-3
States a lot, too.
basketball
Yeah, exactly.
and the 50-kilometer walk.
Yeah. So, and then NHL players, another question. NHL players playing in the Olympics this year. I mean, from what we've seen, it's looking hopeful, right?
Yeah, as far as we know, like I think that is the plan anyway, which
Mhm.
will be like that's what we need to see again because even like the
100%.
World Cup, remember when they did that and they had the under 23 North American team and all of that? Like
Yeah.
they need to start doing more of those tournaments. So like the Olympics, if that happens next year for whatever NHL players,
Mhm.
absolutely going to be locked onto every game for that.
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch and just see Canada's best players, and be cool to see. In a USA Canada game. You got Austin Matthews against Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Patrick Kane. Like the States are not going to go away easy.
Could be deadly,
but Canada, I mean, like Canada still has the upper hand, I would say.
Yeah, no,
Always.
definitely. And shout out to Pete DeBoer too, assistant coaching staff on that team.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
Kitchener guy had his son Jack on. What was that, 2
couple
weeks ago?
episodes. Yep, a couple episodes ago. Catch that one. Jack DeBoer, he's a great guy too. And then John Cooper, that coaching staff. John Cooper with Pete DeBoer. Who else was it?
Pete DeBoer, Cassidy from the Bruins,
Bruce Cassidy.
Trotz.
Might have been Barry Trotz,
Yeah,
which makes sense. That's elite.
that's the elite of the elite.
That literally could be the 4 best coaches in the league right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, who else are you going to throw in there ahead of those guys?
Nobody that comes to the top of my mind anyway.
No, like Peter Laviolette was always good. He's kind of hasn't had as much success. John Tortorello, I mean, he's got a lot of the, like, he's definitely still in the top 5 coaches. Probably, maybe he's not the most.
Tort's a top 5 coach in the league.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hmm.
He's got the
mean,
accolades.
Yeah, he does. You're not wrong in that. He just doesn't seem like a guy that too many guys want to play for.
No, but he seems like he gets
And
the
that's
most
part
out
of the yeah.
But like Columbus was bad this year, but last year Columbus took a run and they had nobody on their team.
Yeah, that's true.
And they had a run. So any team that can go on a run like that and have what they have is and not have like elite players, is you got to bring that back to coaching.
Yeah.
I think I can't think of any other coaches right off the top of the head. Mike Babcock, nope. See ya.
Oh, while we're on the topic of hockey, before I forget, Brant Clark signed his entry-level contract with the Kings,
Yep.
So shout out to him.
Yeah, big shout out to him. That's sick to see. Hopefully a few more of those entry levels coming soon. We got a lot of boys out there. Adam Brown
I'm so
asks,
happy that the OHL is back on track again.
oh yeah, I can't wait. We're going to a lot of games. We're going to a
Yeah.
lot of games. You can set that in stone. We're going. You know what we need to do? And I actually was talking to Stilly a little bit about this over text. I think I showed you, but we gotta get some fake press passes for games. Like try to get in the scrum.
Yeah.
Like try to get some kind of like visitor or like some kind of media entrance tab.
Yeah.
And just get ourselves in a scrum and try to ask questions to these guys and see. Well, like we should dress up too and make it look like we're professional and just ask the stupidest questions. That'd be fun to do. Probably won't work at the Odd, but some of these other arenas, I think we could do it.
Oh, definitely.
What is our next merch item we're gonna drop or we're gonna think about dropping? That was asked.
That's kind of a good question. We do want to do a merch drop sometime soon.
Yeah, we just suck at that. We need help big time in that category. If anybody out there listening and want to help us with some merch and setting stuff up, that would reach out. We'd love to get a hand. But I was looking for nice sports shorts. I really wanted those, and they were super hard to find. Couldn't find any good sports shorts. I don't know. What do you want to see?
I kind of want to see it. I want to get a Chump Talk jacket.
Yeah,
that's more of like
probably
more individualized.
Yeah,
but I think I need a nice jacket, like a nice rain jacket, just something light, something simple.
Yep.
I don't know why, and I've always wanted a jacket like that for some reason.
All right. Well, okay. We'll look into that. Maybe we treat ourselves there. And I think we're probably a little late for this season now, but I think for next summer we should be more prepared and get some golf shirts going.
Yeah.
We could definitely get some nice golf shirts going. Another Eric Futher says fantasy football countdown. Can't wait. You told me today, I think you're already in 4 leagues and the season's still like 8 weeks away or 5 weeks away?
Like 3 weeks away.
Is it?
Yeah, dude.
The regular season.
Yeah, it's like the 11th. It's like a month.
All right.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 11th or I don't know. It's something like that.
All right.
It's the 12th is the first Sunday of football.
Honestly,
and I'll be there, baby.
Anybody? Oh yeah, true. That's probably gonna. Whatever. We'll talk about that later. But anybody listening out there, when it comes to fantasy drafts of any sport, there's nobody more horny for those than Matt Poole. And does he
any sport, basketball? I don't even know shit about basketball. But
this guy's literally in 6 baseball leagues right now that he doesn't even check. I don't understand why you
I'm in
would
2.
Okay, well,
Yeah, and
NHL.
usually it's more than 2.
Yeah,
NHL,
don't
like
act like that's
6.
crazy. NHL, you go in like 6, and you just do the draft with random people in random leagues, and then you do mock drafts all the time. I don't quite understand. Don't get me wrong. I get real excited for a nice draft when that's the team I'm going to be with the whole year.
But it's
I
fun
don't
if
know.
you look at your manager stuff on the Yahoo app, like
Yeah.
my all-time baseball record, 104, 94, and 21. Like I just
Ooh.
love seeing big numbers like that.
Okay, well that's
At
actually
523 win percentage, 3 trophies, 1 first place trophy.
okay. I'm gonna. How do you look at that? Because I should look at mine right now.
Go to your matchup and then click manager comparison at the bottom.
Okay. I am. Ooh, I have a losing record.
Oh,
Or
baby.
is that this year?
No, it's all time.
All time, I'm 107, 114, and 21. But 3 trophies won, 2 first place trophies won.
Yeah,
What can you say?
I just got 1. I got 3 trophies, 1
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah, and that's
11,
probably in
11
your.
teams since 2017.
Yeah, I'm same actually. 11 teams managed since
So
2016.
you can't say shit about me playing in
Okay,
all these
not baseball,
leagues.
but if we could look at hockey though, it would be a
We could
different
look
story.
at hockey, I'm sure.
How?
Find a hockey league and then click on it.
I don't know how to do this.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh,
either.
football.
I don't
Football.
think it's there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to. Football, I don't know how to look at my manager comparison. Anyways,
Yeah.
football fantasy coming up. Couldn't be more excited about that. What else do we have to get to? Is there anything I'm missing?
Well,
Rudy says talk about the Habs playoff run.
Okay, that's
not
yeah.
a chance. I would
No.
even consider talking about that.
No. We got to talk about the Jays for at least a hot minute here because the boys, since they've returned to home last Friday, like a week and a half ago, 8-3?
They were 8-3 on their
8-3?
homestand.
Yeah, so that's ever since they came back to Toronto. 3 or 4 wins against Boston, and honestly, that doubleheader on Saturday.
3 wins against Boston. They
yeah,
got
they
3
won
out of
3
4.
or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could have been. It was almost 4-4 too. Like that
Yeah, it
game
was a
against Boston, they
doubleheader.
lost by 1 run too.
Yep.
But the thing is, though, let's talk about realistically. Like, yes, the Jays are buzzing, and yes, we're both Jays biased. But do they actually have a shot at making the playoffs? Because
100%.
everyone's winning right now, man.
Do you remember 2015 though, when the Jays got David Price, they got Tulowitzki.
They weren't 8 games back of a wild card when
Yes, they were.
Though. No,
They were literally 500 on the dot. They had a worse record than they had this year when they got Jose Barrios. Why am I Barrios? I've just blanked on his name. Whatever,
so
man.
Embarrassing.
Okay, whatever. Let's talk Jays knowledge. I got more than you. I guarantee it.
Yeah, you probably do.
Well, that wasn't fun. Thought we were gonna go back and forth.
No, we can go back and forth.
No.
I'm sneaky confident. You know, I just want you
Really?
to think like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so easy for me, and then
Okay,
I just kind of like,
who's there right now? It kind of switches, but who are you putting 7, 8, 9 in the bullpen? And we'll talk about this quick because most people aren't going to care
Oh.
about this. But 7, 8, 9 in the bullpen.
I'm going with Brad Hand as my 7. I'm not sure about. Romano and Hand are the 2 for sure's for me.
In which
Well, see that's the tough part because I know Romano has been getting some save opportunities because that's kind of the role he was filling before. But is Merriweather healthy?
no.
He'll be back soon.
Ah,
We're saying
that's what
without
they
him though.
say. He's
Yeah.
the guy that's
Yeah,
saying,
that's
setbacks.
I take back that comment.
I don't
on
count.
Merriweather.
I don't count on him at all.
No, I'm going. Okay, just because of the veteranship, I'm going Brad Hand as my 9 guy, Romano 8, and like I'm talking like this, like if for game 1 playoffs here. Like I'm not saying you throw Brad Hand as your 9th guy right now, or your 9th inning guy right now, just because still new. They did like he just completely switched leagues. Like he went from NL to the AL. 7 guy though, I really don't know about a 7 guy to be honest. Like maybe Dolis, but he's been hot and cold this year.
See, this is where I'm going to tell you who their 7th guy is, and this is how I know you haven't got to watch too much the last couple of weeks, and that's not your fault. Adam Simber, who they just got at the deadline, they traded they traded Panic.
I've seen him
for Simber and
Dickerson.
Thank you. I still don't understand how that trade happened. Obviously, Corey Dickerson has some money coming back.
Yeah,
but like Joe Panic for those two, and that's all that I think the Jays sent a minor leaguer that way too. Corey Dickerson's gonna have big at bats for the Jays coming down the stretch, and Adam Simber has been lights out. So I'm going Simber 7, Hand 8, Romano 9, because Romano hasn't really given up too much in his save opportunities, and Hand hasn't looked fantastic.
No, he hasn't looked great as a Jay yet.
I could see Hand coming in and being the closer at some point, and that's why you get guys like that. And then Dolis is kind of hit and miss. You'd like to have him around because he can be lights out. And then Trevor Richards is a guy that's been okay too. But yeah, the Jays are sick. We'll get more into the Jays once they get down the stretch. But I actually do think they have a very realistic shot of making the playoffs. And now that they're playing at home, like the thing is, they see the standings. They know how important every game is. Like
every game is extremely important.
And along with that, they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to tire out. For sure from the pitching staff, because they have 6 guys that can be starters right now. Like Ross Stripling sucked at the start of the year. He's been great though, and he's probably number 6 right now.
Okay.
Or Matz.
Question: they cut down the roster to 5 pitchers. Ross Stripling or Steven Matz.
Yeah,
They have actually both have really similar numbers.
Yeah, I'd probably
Matz you get more innings out of. That's really the biggest difference.
Yeah, you do, but that won't matter as much coming down because they got lots of bullpen arms.
Yeah,
and you'd think with Barrios and Ryu and Ray, how sick they've been, and then Manoah, they're going to get you pretty deep into games. So these guys shouldn't get too tired. I personally would like to keep Ross Stripling there only because Matz is a lefty.
And that Sportsnet segment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was late so too. But and Matt mostly just because Matz is a lefty and he can come in for matchups too. And he's just the perfect long guy, and you can bring him in if you bring Matz in after Robbie Ray, if Robbie Ray kind of struggles, that's great because you go from power to like slow off speed stuff. That's going to look good. But the Jays are only they're 1 game back of the Yankees. They're 3 games back of the Red Sox, and they're 7 games back of the Rays.
Honestly, they just got to beat the Athletics. They're good. They're going to make it, but
the Rays are really good. I don't see them sliding.
No, they just got to be better than the Yankees or the Red Sox, or they have to be better than both of them. That's what it's going to come down to.
I think
those two teams.
I could see them catching the Athletics too.
Yeah, they're just so consistent though. Like they have pitching, they have batting.
It is crazy to see though that one of like 2 of these teams, Athletics, Red Sox, Yankees, Jays, 2 of those teams probably aren't going to make it.
Yeah.
But the Astros aren't running away with it, and the White Sox kind of are.
Yeah, especially in their division, they just play ass teams all the time.
Yeah, but I can see the Astros coming down, so it's gonna be a battle. But I think the Jays can do it. They actually have one of the easier schedules moving forward. They got a lot of Yankee Red Sox out of the way. I don't think they play the Red Sox anymore this year.
No, they don't.
So I don't know. We could talk baseball all day, but that probably wraps up our baseball talk, and it probably gets close to wrapping up the show. But first, Friday, we have a golf match.
Yeah.
Against it's your first year in it. It's my second year. We do a little tournament. It's guys from high school. You're filling in for a guy so it's guys from my high school from Elmira, but you know most of them. And it's gonna be a big match. So the teams are, and I don't know if you even know this yet, but it's gonna be me, you, Evan, and Cole Conlon. That's the one guy you don't know. He's great guy though. You'll get to know him quick. And then Cole and ours, Jaden, Jason Dunbar, and Luke Brown on the other team.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a battle. So I mean, we're gonna need Evan to come up big.
Are we doing best ball?
Yeah, like 4-man scramble.
4? Nice.
Yeah. So I'd be if after 9, if we're not, I'm going to say it right now, if we're not -6, I'm going to be upset.
-6 after 9.
With 4 of us, dude. We can do it.
Still, though.
We can do it. I'm going to be upset.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a par 5 in there, too. Nice par 5 that we should be easily – a par 5 that we have very realistic eagle shot at with 4 shots, because somebody's going to bomb a drive, and then we just need 1 out of 4 per people to be able to hit the green in 2, which is very doable on that course. I don't necessarily expect you to be the guy that hits it in 2, but maybe you come up with the deep eagle putt for us.
Yeah, putting is probably the best part of my game.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's not that great.
which is tough. No, honestly, I'd say driving off your driver has turned into the best part of your game. Your
Yeah, I
irons,
got like my right distance away from the ball now, and I feel
Yeah.
like I'm just like consistently. I just focus on doing the same swing every
yeah,
time,
your
the
drives
same
are
foot
looking a lot
placement every
better.
time, and yeah, they've been way better this year.
And you need to acquire golf shoes. There's some at Jaden's house. You can go get them. You need to have
Yeah.
golf shoes for this match because we can't have your foot slipping out on a big chip.
No,
Okay,
we can't
so-
have that.
And I brought that up because Luke Brown said, "What's the bets for that?" And I say, "There's no chance we lose, except there's a big chance because Colinars is lights out. But we just got to beat them. We just got to beat them.
And 3 other guys on that team. But
Yeah, but they're irrelevant. Jaden, Luke, brutal. Anyways, it's been a fun episode. Sorry we couldn't get a guest. It kind of is the dog days of summer as far as sports go, and as far as we go too. We're busy doing other things, but
taking
we
vacay, the boys have been busy.
yeah, but we love Chump, and we want to get one thing we wanted to do. We talked about before this year is we want to have consistency, getting an episode out once a week at the same time every week, and we've been able to do that. So it's been good, and this episode's been good, and we love you guys, and we will talk to you next week. Right? Anything else? Did I miss anything? 519 Tech Services, got to mention them at the end.
Yep.
519 is our friends. They fix iPhones, they fix tablets, they fix laptops. He'll buy phones off you too. If you have an old phone and you're upgrading, hit him up. And not saying all phones he will, but he will do that as well. And look him up on Instagram. 519 Tech Services, our good friends there. They make episodes like this worthwhile or possible. Possible, I would say, is more of the word. Poolsy, good seeing you again.
Yeah, you too.
You're gone every weekend, so it's cool to see your face at least Tuesday. Shut up.
Literally the last not this weekend,
Bye, everyone.
but the weekend before, I was with you 5 days in a row. So
Bye,
that's
everyone.
all I have to say about that.
Yeah, bye, everyone. Love you.